I would like to request my next panelists, Mr. Sachin Khosla, founder and CEO, DigiMantra Labs, Mr. Sri Prakash, President, TiE Dehradun, Vice Chair, Board of Directors, Amberg, Infocon Private Limited, Mr. Jacob Joy, President, TiE Kerala, Mr. Pranav Aggarwal, President, TiE Lucknow, Director, Caps, Medequip Private Limited, Mr. Mohit Bansal, CEO, GMI Infrastructure and Whispering Homes. Can I request all my speakers to please step on the stage and let's have another rocking conversation regarding the entrepreneurial impact across the nation. My friends, let's clap for Mr. Sachin, Mr. Sri Prakash, Mr. Jacob, Mr. Pranav, and Mr. Mohit Bansal.
And welcome everyone for this energizing session. I have Sri with me, Jacob from Kerala, Sri from Dehradun, and Pranav from Lucknow, Mr. Mohit from our very own beautiful city, Chandigarh. And I would like to begin with my first question to Mr. Jacob. Like all the way from south to Chandigarh. So how do you think this TiE network is building north and south, and how does it gel upon?
Thanks so much for having me here, and pleasure being in Chandigarh. I think TiE is like a network of individuals, right, with an objective to better someone else's life. And I put it very simple, because we are all here to better someone else's life through mentoring, through funding. In that process, we gain a lot of friends, like we've become friends, who would not have met otherwise. Very simple, but I think the beauty of it is the ability to collaborate amongst people who otherwise wouldn't have met, and also to provide collaboration or networks to startups, which they do not get in their own city. So in short, I think that would be what we're trying to do.
And what is your take on this, Pranav?
I absolutely agree with Jacob, because the beauty of TiE is you never know what kind of connects you'll make and how they will help you out in the future. And the best part is that we network not with the agenda of helping ourselves or building our social equity capital. So, like for example, the other day I was talking about this MUR scheme that UP government has launched. So they tied up with Madan, who's the president for TiE Bangalore, and then Madan reached out to TiE Lucknow and sought our help in executing the scheme. So the scheme's basically the government's trying to give micro loans to 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs to small entrepreneurs. So and the benefit really goes to the grassroots. So that's how the whole TiE network, going from UP back to first to Bangalore and then coming back to Lucknow. That's how beautifully it works.
And Mohit sir, would you like to add?
I would like to add that it's a great platform when it comes to connecting people, and I'd give you an example right now. An hour back, I met President of TiE Orissa, and he was telling me how the IT policy over there gives 30 to 40% of the money, the capex back. So hearing those terms, getting capex back, it raises your ears, So I just now asked my team to check the policy, and now we are keenly looking at Orissa again as a place, where we can come up with IT parks, build up IT parks. Then I met the president of Hyderabad, TiE Hyderabad. So we discussed IT policy of Hyderabad. So I think it's a great platform where, especially for companies like us, which are into building IT parks and industrial parks, free trade zones, wherein we can get to meet right people who can connect us over there with the government. Generally, because TiE chapter, like over here, has connects with the government. Industry minister had come today, and then CM Saab had to come, and principal secretary industries was here. So with TiE, it's great. You're able to meet all the people throughout the country, and then we are very keen on expanding our footsteps to other parts of the nation. Thank you.
This is good. Sri sir.
Everybody has said, you guys have covered almost everything. So what I like to, this is what I would perhaps do. So besides within India chapters, what TiE offers is also connect to, like, for example, Israeli chapter ecosystem, one of the very vibrant and, ecosystem. And we did few, events, even TiE Chandigarh did, TiE Dehradun, we did that. Also what we bring on to table, our charter members, most of them, quite a few of them, are members of Indian Angel Network or various other funding agencies. So whichever startup we mentor, we see some potential, we forward them or we recommend them to the various funding agencies. And that makes it very easier for them to get funded because of the mentoring, because that's a connect, and we are already the investors there. So it makes life much easier, and the journey of fundraise gets shorter. Perhaps this is so. These are the few examples. And besides that, it's we start this journey from school actually. It's with TiE Youth. So we connect to the students at the school level, then at the college, university level. And what I noticed, most of the backbenchers, they were quite smart at, coming up with good ideas. So we should not look at only the bright ones, to come up with good ideas. My experience says that, at least at Dehradun, I was surprised to see two of the, very promising ventures. They dropped out of school actually, 11th and 12th. And that was most promising thing I found. I said, listen, I mean, education anyways, we are, it's like sending children through a factory where everybody is being taught irrespective of their, preference or their, inherent strength. Everybody is being sent to the same factory. So they come out really confused, not fit for the industry. And that is where perhaps TiE is doing, TiE can make a huge difference. And this is where I personally feel that our chapter should work hard, because we have a very strong school ecosystem also.
Thank you, Shri. So Mohit, my next question is to you. Since TiE Chandigarh is mostly consisting of IT entrepreneurs, and some of there are lawyers, manufacturers, but you come from IT but not IT, because your expertise in IT infrastructure. So how do you gel into this kind of entrepreneurs when they are talking about code, AI, this and that? So how do you gel in, and how do you find this community?
So what I want to say is that one of the most important factors these days, when it comes to employee retention, is that employees, they consider the workplace as one of the most important factors, whether they would want to stay with the company or not. And over here, what we're trying to build is we are trying to build great IT infra. We are trying to build great buildings and a great workspace with great amenities, so that all the companies that lease IT space from us, they have all the employees. They're very happy that their company is part of GMI group. That they are leasing space from GMI, and that's how we connect. Everyone over here, be it a law firm, be that AI. Startup or any other company, into technology or any other services business, everyone is our client, and we are trying to provide the best workspace for each one of them. Thank you.
So you're able to connect with the entrepreneurs and basically sell your infrastructure?
I mean, yes, we lease out most of we lease out our infra. We do not sell our infra.
Okay.
But yes, we are able to provide great workspace, and all the companies are looking to lease out spaces from companies that are making great IT infra. We aspire to become DLF of Tri-City. Pehle, when I used to go to Gurgaon, and even now I think it's true to a certain extent, they say Gurgaon basaya to DLF ne basaya hai. And DLF was the pioneer, developing cyber city and everything, and we aspire to replicate that kind of environment over here in Tri-City.
Just one quick question that struck my mind. Is it only for the established entrepreneurs, or do you also help any startups?
So most of the leasing that we have done is with established companies, but now very soon this year itself we're going to start with incubation center and plug and play, where we are going to be leasing out smaller spaces for people who want to have smaller 2 seats or whatever for plug and play. We'll definitely get something to have people moving in and out of our doors.
Perfect. And Jacob, I'm back to you again. So you are also a serial entrepreneur, and right now you have this chocolate manufacturing business, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So how does that gel into, for me, TiE is all about IT and this. So how does your business, or how does you connect with the other fellow entrepreneurs?
So I think TiE is more about entrepreneurship. It doesn't matter which area of entrepreneurship you are in. And all entrepreneurs have that same kind of thought process, right? We are restless. Whether you're doing IT, making chocolates, growing, whatever. And that restlessness is what keeps us going. And that's what connects us. So when we talk to each other, the passion is visible in whatever you're doing. And that gets the person you're talking to interested. And what we try to do with that passion is to instill that passion in startup entrepreneurs and tell them that, okay, the road is not very easy, but then there is a possibility, but keep that fire alive. So my role is just to, I know where people keep telling me, you seem to be stress-free, chilled out, because we've never seen you angry and all that. I said, at the end of the day, anger is something which you manage, right? Or stress is something you manage. All of us go through our ups and downs. And when you have fellow entrepreneurs talking to you, particularly as charter members, we are talking to each other. All of us talk and share our stories, share our downs, share our ups. But we also give solutions where sometimes I possibly could avoid making the same mistakes that someone else has made. And this is with us who are established entrepreneurs, and also to startup entrepreneurs or small scale businesses where they want to scale up. But more important is also to instill values in them, to instill and tell them, listen, entrepreneurship is not about making a quick buck here. It's a long game. And it's a process. And if you do that process well, maybe you do well. You cannot start with that immediate notion that I'm going to just become rich tomorrow. Unfortunately, we see a lot of that today, where people just want valuations, etc. And I think our job today is to instill this system in them and show them our journey and tell them that, guys, it was not easy. What you see today is a decade of work which precedes what you see today. With that, I've also noticed that though there's a lot of tech in TiE, in Kerala particularly, we have chocolatiers, we have tourism, we have footwear manufacturers, we have the biggest ITs, we have infrastructure. And what this enables is the ability to mentor startups, because in your field, in your fold, we have people who can mentor different kinds of people. So you talk about healthcare and tech, maybe they need someone who is in healthcare and in tech. And so you have two different people who can mentor them in their respective fields. I think it's just about shortening that learning curve, right? At the end of the day, that's what we are trying to do. I took 10 years to build something. Can someone build it in 2? Right. And that's what we're trying to do.
Agreed. So it's basically marrying two different industries. So the manufacturing with IT, with health tech and this and that.
Yes. So it's also about, see, with AI and things coming in, it's also about finding possibilities of collaboration. Because earlier we used to work in silos. Today, I think collaboration is the way forward. I work with coffee growers. I'm in chocolate. I work with tea. I work with hotels. I work with IT. And why we work is because there are needs everywhere. And there are always collaboration possibilities, which today with discussion I've realized a lot of things which I thought wouldn't happen are open doors today because of the thought process and the willing to collaborate.
So, Shri, I would like to, follow on the discussion that Jacob had. So you have done a lot of investments and in Dehradun and outside of India. And if I'm not wrong, you have invested in close to 50 companies, 45 to 50 companies. Would you like to tell us something about the investments and how about this, millionaire dream? So like a startup gets evaluated and the founder starts thinking, let's get a Lamborghini, let's get a flat somewhere very posh. So is it a true dream to have, or how many years, how many effort needs to be put before you reach there?
So actually, Jacob set the right foundation for this question with his answer, but I agree. I mean, most of the, not all, but quite a few of these starters, we noticed from the very day one, they start to talk about valuation, they start to dream about valuation. Whereas they miss out on one very important aspect is what is the value addition, value creation that they have done, what is the real moat, how easily can they be copied? Because valuation is value of a company based on the opinion of a person at a particular time. Right. So it's dynamic, it's not a fixed thing. Valuation changes from person to person of a company. Like, there are various methods, but in the end, it's all about story. How good, how compelling is the story that you've created? And the storyline depends on how good, what is the level of disruption that this startup is going to bring into the game. And their ideas are dime a dozen. Actually, people feel that my idea is great, but the most challenging part for any idea is execution. Like you said, it takes 10 years, sometimes more, and it depends from industry to industry. So my investments actually, they spread across. I'm sector agnostic. So if like my investments, some of the investments into health tech, I mean, they go through various phases of approvals and everything, and we understand. And there are different ways of looking at those startups, growth of such startups. But generally speaking, valuation is the last thing that any startup should have in mind, because it's a byproduct. It's really a byproduct. And you see, now we see many unicorns becoming sunicorns, and some of them are, moving to the death valley. So, and the very reason, because there was so much of hype built around startups, So we look at, I mean, in my portfolio, there are some of them which are already dying, It's part of the process. We know that it's a very high risk investment, but there are quite a few of them, they are doing quite well also. And we always tell them that, listen, keep it, focus. One eye should be always on the profits, right? How close you are to the profitability. And the other eye should be on the expenses, how to manage the expenses very, very well, not to buy fancy cars and all. I mean, one of the startups I would not like to name, the founder had to leave the country, and there are so many, lawsuits that has been filed against him. 60 crores of money, he just had embezzled with, So these things teach us a lot, actually. So I would say stay grounded and be realistic. If you are disrupting something, try to see what is the client, what is the market size of your disruption. Sometimes the market size is very small for the disruption that they are doing, and so it's not even a disruption. Perhaps it's a local area problem that you are solving. Right. So and many a times people, they do not do any reference check with what is already happening across the globe. Perhaps this problem has already been solved. So these are the things actually, and I think I covered almost everything, yeah.
Thank you, Shri. Thank you. Pranav, next question is for you. Do you think this network only helps you to grow across the country, or does it have any regional impact as well?
Definitely, it helps us in both the ways. So when we talk about TiE Lucknow, we do some certain programs like TiE University and TiE Women Pitch Competition. So what happens is we get applications not just from the tier 1 or tier cities across Uttar Pradesh, but from parts of towns or even villages, the names that we haven't even heard of. And we're able to give those people the kind of exposure. Winning or losing the competition is one thing, but then the kind of exposure and the kind of mentoring that they receive over a period of 1 or 2 months is immense, and that really helps them solve a lot of their problems. So the basic questions that Shri mentioned, why am I doing it, and is it really a big problem that I'm solving? All these questions are cleared through this process, and it really helps the whole ecosystem over there. And the basic doubts for these co-founders or these people or entrepreneurs, those are solved through these mentoring sessions and through these workshops.
Right. Mohitji, next question for you. How has TiE helped you in a regional level, or one example?
So we have found a lot of, rather 3 clients who are looking to lease ID infra space in our upcoming building in 101A. And as you said, most of the TiE members are IT companies and other entrepreneurs too. So we have already got 3 clients who are about to sign these agreements with us. So I think TiE is a great fit for us. Yeah.
So do we have a discount for TiE members?
100%, yeah, 25% off.
Thank you.
If you sign by tonight.
Thank you. That's a good catch. Jacob, any one example that you would like to tell the audience about, your journey through TiE and how it helped you? Just one example.
See, I think TiE is about meeting people and creating a mindset, right? So more than an example, it kind of makes you a person who's more rounded, because you're talking to people who are going through very similar experiences. And because of that, a lot of times you realize that you've started taking decisions in a very different way. And this is subconscious, right? And why I talk about this is definitely there are things which you talk to people and you solve. Like Mohit said, you get customers. Oh, that's different. But I think more important is just the discussions that all of us have, and you start imbibing so many qualities that your decision-making process actually changes. And I've noticed that with myself, where since you're talking to a lot of people who are doing businesses probably larger than yours, more complicated than yours, and so you start figuring out decision-making processes, and the outcomes are outcomes. So earlier I realized you're looking at something and saying, have this joke, right? I keep telling people that, are you passionate about the problem or are you passionate about the solution? Because most of us are passionate about the solution. And when someone else comes with an alternate solution, we are not very open to that idea. Through TiE, I've realized that you've got to be passionate about the problem. And when you're passionate about the problem, you're open to solutions, right? So sometimes my problem is I've got an idea to solve it, and then I'm speaking to people, and suddenly I realize, no, I need to pivot. The problem is the same. And this is something which has enabled me to talk to my mentees in that way. So when I'm mentoring companies, I always ask this question. I said, what are you trying to solve? And then the next thing I ask them is, are you willing to change your solution? Most of the time, people are more passionate about the solution than the problem. And I think that single thing, if you ask me from TiE, is to just understand what the problem is and define that well.
Ashif, would you like to give an example? I'm sure you have a lot of them.
So actually, for me, it's a very interesting thing for you guys to know that through TiE, I found my true passion. And I'll explain to you how. So 5 years back, I had no idea what TiE is. And thanks to my friend Manisha Pawar, she was the additional chief secretary. Now she took a premature retirement. Okay. And we were on a trip to Amritsar, Golden Temple. She, her husband, me, my wife, And she said, we are planning to found, TiE chapter. I said, what is TiE? They said, you must come and join. And that was the time when they unanimously elected me president. And since for the last 5 years, I'm president. So how I found my passion, I'll tell you. I'll come to that, So, every year I say, please change me, remove me. I have become useless. I'm not doing anything and they are not doing this. Okay. So what happened through TiE, I got into Indian Angel Network. And there I started to invest into, of course, I started to interact with startups. I became a mentor to various, incubation centers and innovation centers of the universities. I realized, my God, this is what I wanted in life. It's like going back to school. They feel that they are learning from me, and in the process, I was learning from them. So then that is how, I could make 50 investments, because I totally got hooked onto that. I said, oh my God, this is something which you can live with till the day you live, actually, and survive, So I said, fantastic. I found my true passion through TiE, so that you can imagine this was life-changing for me. And of course, you meet fascinating people from all over the world, and out of 100 people, you meet only 3 and 4, matter in your life. But those 3 and 4, they are huge, actually. They make a huge difference to your life. So excellent journey for me.
So I'm sure this year also they're not going to change the president.
No, I've already, last year I said, unless somebody agrees to, replace me, I will not continue. Oh. So we've already have an agreement, that Viren Kalra is going to take over from me.
All right. So one thing from Pranavji, from you, what, makes you passionate about TiE? Because Lucknow being businesses of mostly family-run businesses and less of entrepreneurship, I may be wrong. So what is that passion that brings you to TiE and you travel all the way to Chandigarh? I guess next week you also have TiECon Lucknow, right?
So we have our first TiECon. That's on 22nd of March. We're calling it UP on the Rise. And the focus or the main theme about this TiECon is that we're going to be showcasing success stories from people from UP. So it's a TiECon for the people of UP, by the people of UP. And why we chose this theme specifically was because, whenever we choose to do a TiECon, we run for speakers here and there, get people from Bombay, from Delhi, and all these big cities. So our team got together and thought, why do we have to run? There's so many people, so many interesting stories, so many interesting people over here. Let's celebrate them. Let's talk about them, what worked for them, what didn't work for them. So it'll relate more with the people. So that was one. And coming back to your question about what motivates me to take out time for TiE. So yes, definitely Lucknow is more about entrepreneurship and business families rather than startups. But what happens is when you're in a particular circle, your conversations sort of become limited, right? There's the kind of knowledge sharing becomes limited. So when you go out, you meet so many different dynamic people from different parts of the world. And when they talk about their businesses or they talk about the startups, I really come to know what's going on in the world. So it's a refreshing take on what's really happening out there in the world. Otherwise, what happens is if you're not updated or you're not upgraded, then you become outdated in no time. So it's very important to meet as many people as you can, learn as much as you can about new businesses, new startups. So yeah, that's my take from TiE, and that's why I invest so much time in it.
Thank you, Pranavji. Mohitji, given your busy schedule, I would just like to have a one-liner from you. What brings you to TiE? I mean, you are a busy man, this GM infrastructure. So I've seen you from the last 2 days, you have been investing a lot of time in TiE. So what is that passion behind that?
So along with selling or leasing real estate, one of the other passion, the reason I'm closely associated with TiE is that I think I have entrepreneurship in me, the spirit of entrepreneurship, and I have a degree as in computer science and applied math, and my sister, she has a startup, and we intend on doing 2 more startups this year. So even when everything is going great, I still have this one passion. I want to do 1 or 2 startups in the coming next 2 years. That's why that passion brings me here. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So to conclude this session,
and most importantly, there is no cost to passion. If you like being somewhere, it's invaluable. And I must say that being with TiE and being here, there is no cost attached to it, and it's invaluable. Yeah.
Definitely, sir. Sure.
So I think we talk about entrepreneurship, and I think what TiE enables us to do is to instill that thought process at a very young age. So like Sri was talking, because of TiE Young Entrepreneurs and TiE University, etc., it gives us the ability to talk to school students. And see, it's easier to instill ideas in people rather than try and change the very thought process they have. TiE is giving us a platform to talk to school students, think about ideas, think about innovative solutions to community problems, and recognizing them for that. Then they go to college and you have TiE University, again you're doing this with them. You're mentoring them. In Kerala, for example, we have something called Capital Cafe where we actually listen to their ideas with investors and give them that initial fund which enables them to start this business. Then we have the angel network which actually gives them more money. And like he said, we put them onto the India Angel Network or other. So you're taking them through this entire chain. Where else can you do this? And in that process, I think I have learned more, like Sri said, than I've given. And I continue to learn because the energy and enthusiasm that the school kids today have and the way they think, we are outdated. We need to figure out something else to do, I think.
And just to add, my 14-year-old will be here pretty soon, and she's going to cover this whole TiE event, and she's going to interview people around. And I just cannot believe that when I was 14, I didn't know what the world is all about. And she insisted me she needs passes, and her friends are coming. They are into media team of their school, and they want to cover this whole thing. So at this age, if they're getting to interact with all of us as entrepreneurs, I'm sure they're going to do big. To conclude, concluding this session, I would, myself like to mention now I have homes in Dehradun, Kerala, Lucknow, and of course GMI infrastructure. And TiE is an enabler for all of us, be it a startup, be it an entrepreneur. And this is all about networking. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your thoughts. And I'm sure everyone enjoyed. I would request my friends Ekant Aggarwal and Hitesh Gulati to please felicitate our guests here. Thank you. We can do it here. We can do it in the center and then we'll have a group photo. so good to see such a versatile panel here. Really. So, Dehradun, Kerala, Chandigarh. Mohit, we consider you a Chandigarhian now. Because I've seen you more in Thai than anywhere else. So, yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, let's have a group photograph. Niche.
इन्हीं की बात हो रही है हमारे एडवोकेट